When you first open Canva, you're going to come to this page. Now you'll see a lot of pre-made things in here. It'll store the images that you've made recently. These are ones that I've made recently. And this is a good thing because something like this one, this is a graphic that I make weekly for a Facebook group that I have. So I don't have to redesign it every time I want to use it. I can just go in, open this up again, change the date, change the colors, and just like that I have a fresh graphic for the new week. You also may not see this color scheme. If you click on your brand here, you can put in 3 of your brand colors, and I did that. So one of my brand colors is this plum color, so it gave me a nice little plum background, so it'll look different when you see it. But if you see this button here that says More, click on that, and you'll see all these pre-made templates that you can use. So up here, these are the ones that I've used most recently, so it'll have a little recommended for me. And so it's just easy for me, I don't have to scroll down too much. But there are different kinds of social media ones you can use. This section called Documents is for print work, so here's a US letter size, it's 8.5 by 11. They have A4, which is a European size. There's some ebook covers and things you can make here. Remember when infographics were popular, you can make an infographic there. There's some marketing materials here where you can make your own business cards or you can make posters. There are a bunch of social media channels here that are sized specifically. See if you hover over them, it'll tell you what the sizes are. They're designed specifically for different social media platforms. You can make some events like some postcards or invitations, and in the very bottom here there are some standard ad sizes, so if you wanted to make some banner ads for your site. But if we go up to the top here, I'm going to show you how to use this basic social media square. It's at 800 pixels by 800 pixels. It's perfect for Instagram. So if you click on that, it opens a new tab up here, and it gives you a blank square that is 800 by 800. Now on the left over here, you'll see a bunch of pre-made templates that you can choose from, and you can choose to customize them. Now some of them say free, as you can see, and you can just use them with the free Canva. Some of them here have a little dollar sign on them. If I wanted to use this one, I'd have to pay $1. Some of them, if you scroll down further, you may see some that say Pro, and they're open to people who only have the paid account. So that's called Canva for Work, and that's useful if you have a whole team of people who are going to use it, or if you want to use some kind of special design things, like if you want to make an image with a transparent background, you can only do that in the paid section. But I've never really needed anything that wasn't in the free section. So what we're going to do is scroll through here, and I'm going to show you how to make a basic inspirational quote. So choose one of the templates, like this one is nice. So let's click on that. It fills in over here. Now this looks like it's a little happy birthday greeting that someone made to someone, so we don't need this section up here to Michelle, so let's just delete that. And we can fill in an inspirational quote here, and down here we can use this to attribute the quote. So let's go to Google, and let's find a quote from Coco Chanel. So let's say Coco Chanel quotes. Go to a site like Brainy Quote. You can find all these different quotes from Coco Chanel. She's very quotable. So you want to choose something short because people don't really have a lot of time to read stuff on social media. So I'm just going to close this because I've already chosen one and I put it into a little text document here. So I've chosen this very short and sweet. Luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury. So let's copy that. And you can click in here, and you see there's a box around here. You can click the text that's inside and just paste in your quote. And down here, I'm going to take her name, Coco Chanel, copy that, and I'm going to put it as the signature down here. So I like to put a little Enye symbol in front of it just to show that it's a designation. Now we can customize this, because the danger of using a pre-made template like this is that if someone else clicks on this one, their quote's going to look just like yours. So what you want to do is you can customize these fonts, you can customize these colors. So first let's customize this font. Now if you click on that, it shows you up here all the options that you have. So here is a list of all the fonts. There's many of them. One of my favorite fonts is Railway. It's one of my brand fonts, so I'm going to choose that. So here we go, choose Railway. Changes it to Railway. Looks nice. I'm going to make it a little bigger, so maybe 36. Now, you can move this around if you want. You can kind of adjust the way the wording is if you want it to make more sense. So luxury must be, I'm going to say, comfortable. Otherwise, it is not luxury. It just looks a little more balanced that way. And this looks a little small, so I'm going to make this big. So now let's take a look at this. I think the most important word here is comfortable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to click on it, I'm going to hit copy. So I'm going to have a second version of it. I'm just going to keep the word comfortable. Make sure that's all that's in here, because I want that word comfortable to stand out. So I'm going to make that stand out a little bit from the other text up here. So I'm going to hit copy on this again, pull it down. So I'm going to say luxury must be, I'm going to just keep that. I'm going to use comfortable separately, and then in this I'm going to delete everything up to comfortable. Otherwise it is not luxury. So what I'm going to do here is change the font on this one to make it stand out, because I think this is the most important word. So let's go in here and find a font to make it stand out. And I'm going to pick something scripty. I'm just going to scroll down to Parisienne because I use this a lot. I know that I like it. So it's a little small, so let's make it a little bit bigger. Maybe even bigger than that. So there we go. Now let's stack this up. Now you see the guidelines here. It'll tell you when you're centered. So it's centering it in the circle for me. So luxury must be comfortable. Otherwise it is not luxury. So that makes it stand out a little bit more. I think these colors are kind of boring, so I think that we should adjust them to our own liking. So let's click on this background here, and you'll see these are the three colors in the background design here. Now we can change this by clicking on them. So click here. Now you'll see I told you I loaded up my brand color, so it's showing me that first. If you didn't do that, you're not going to see this. You're just going to see the default palette here. These aren't the only colors you can use. You can just pick on one as a base. Now I clicked on that. It's a nice color, but it's a little bright, so let's click this plus sign. And then you can move this around this color wheel and make it anything you want. So let's try to make it just a little softer. That looks nice, don't you think? So let's stop there. Now the second color in here is this color. So maybe we want to choose something in the orange family, but I don't like that shade of orange. So maybe move that around, make it a little softer. That looks kind of nice. So let's do that. Now this one, maybe I will choose one of my brand colors and make it my pink. Or maybe click in here and maybe just a tiny bit purple. So, okay, now there's three colors. That looks really nice. It looks nothing like this. So let's make this match it. So luxury must be, click on the color there. Now it'll remember the colors that you've used recently. So let's choose this purple. Let's make this matching it. And this word that we want to stand out, let's put it in that brighter shade. So there we have luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury. Now this spacing is a little off, so let's click on this one. If you click here on the top line, when you get that arrow, you can use the little arrow keys and just smooth it up just a touch. So I think that looks better. Let's move this Coco Chanel up a tiny bit. Now this doesn't match anymore, so let's go in here and make it this color. And also I think if we click in this circle, we can change the color of these dots. So let's make it that one, that one, that one. I think I'm going to make it that one. So now with those same three colors, we have the quote. We made it a little bit more standoutish. You can even go in here, and I think maybe that's a tiny bit light. So I can click on that color, and without changing the actual color, I can just make it a little darker. So it's a little easier to read. So it's in the same color family, it just stands out a little bit more. So once again, this doesn't look anything like this. So if someone else uses this template, it's not going to look like yours. So I think that looks pretty good. So now what we want to do is come up here and say File, and you want to say Save. So it will auto-save as you're working, but you always want to save when you're done, just so it doesn't save like 5 minutes ago or something. And then you can download it. You can hit download. It'll default to PNG, which is the highest size that it can save. This is only for Instagram, so I don't really need it to be an intense image. So I'm going to just choose JPEG. It'll make it a tiny bit smaller, but it'll still be very good for the web. And hit download. You'll get a nice inspirational quote here while you're waiting for it to download. It only takes a second. And there you have it. It downloaded. I'm going to click on that to open it. And this is full size 800 by 800, and I think that looks pretty nice. So you'll see it saved it with the name of the text that I put in here, you can go into your files and rename that something, just Chanel quote or something so you can remember where it is. But there you have it. You can just load this up, email it to yourself and download it onto your phone because you have to use your phone for Instagram. So then you can go to Instagram and upload that right from your phone. And here's your inspirational quote for the day. So this is part 1 of this tutorial. I'm going to do a part 2 in a separate video where I'm going to show you how to make something that you're not using the template, where you're making it from scratch. So you're going to use that blank template, and I'll show you how easy it is to upload your own images, and you don't always have to do this. I mean, this is great if you don't want to design something, but if you do want to design something yourself, I'll show you how to do that in the next video. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next videos, and hit thumbs up because it really helps on YouTube to get more people to see it. I want to help as many people as possible. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next video.